Thank you for watching. Oh, we've got a lot to get to. Eddie Murphy and Arsenio are standing by, but first, don't get too excited. The return of the mythical creature known as Donald Trump, who was at CPAC yesterday, which sounds like the antibiotic you might get after being exposed to Ted Cruz in a hot tub, but it's not. It's the Conservative Political Action Conference, where things got off to a magnificent start.
That our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free?
And that was the best part of the whole thing. That was the highlight. The main event was Fibonacci himself. After weeks of hibernation, Donald Trump emerged from hiding. He was more than an hour late getting started, but once he got on stage, not only was the magic back, he was surprisingly diplomatic, and some might even say supportive of his successor in the White House.
Joe Biden has had the most disastrous first month of any president in modern history. That's true.
So says the president who spent his first month arguing over crowd size, ordering a Muslim ban, rage tweeting the Women's March, firing Sally Yates, mocking Arnold Schwarzenegger for ratings on The Apprentice, and golfing 6 times. But Yelvis went on and on and on and on for more than 90 minutes. He was yelling. My wife was yelling at me for watching him. You know, it's kind of like that show, Dr. Pimple Popper. All this disgusting stuff keeps coming out, and you're like, oh my God, when is this going to end? But until it does, you can't look away. That's him. That's Donald Trump. He was in good spirits. He was ready to reminisce. He even shared warm wishes from Melania.
When I made the first remarks, when I came down the escalator with our great future First Lady, who says hello, who loves you as much as I love you.
Which is not at all. Which is you could all fall into the sea and neither one of us would bat an eye. But it was quite a self-love fest, highlighted by Trump's delightful delusion that he is more beloved than Ronald Reagan.
We had 56 unbelievable packed rallies, and nobody's ever had anything like we had. And we started hearing, "We love you." And I asked somebody, you know, because we really liked Ronald Reagan, right? He was a great president. We had others. But I said, did anybody ever say that to Ronald Reagan or to any of our great... And to the best of all of these political professionals' knowledge and pollsters, nobody's ever heard that chant before, man. So it's an honor. Believe me, it's an honor.
One I am very humbled by. He is something else. He's competitive with dead people. It's crazy. Trump also took shots at the Supreme Court. He said they didn't have the guts or courage to overturn the election. That's good. The draft dodger who can't open his own Diet Cokes is talking about guts and courage. And, of course, the big question many have been asking is, will Trump run again? And the answer is maybe, probably, okay, yes.
But who knows? Who knows? I may even decide to beat them for a third time, okay? Beat them for a third time.
Didn't Germany say the same thing after World War II? Now look at this crowd, and I want you to watch this guy here going absolutely bananas over this. Just jumping up and down like his cheer squad won regionals. I've never been that excited about anything in my whole life. He's never gonna love you, Eric. Anyway, you know what? Let's just give Donald Trump Florida and say goodbye. Let's cut it right here. There are a lot of crazy speeches, but Trump out-crazied all of them, which was no mean feat considering that one of the speakers is part of a Japanese cult that believes its founder is an alien from Venus, and another was Don Jr. But to his credit, Trump did urge everyone to get vaccinated. He did not mention that he got vaccinated himself. The New York Times reported that Donald and Melania were vaccinated at the White House. in January. Why they would need a vaccine for a virus that disappeared, that washed away on its own last summer, I don't know. They probably had to vaccinate him by covering the needle in peanut butter and making him eat it. And as far as we know, Trump did not get paid to speak at CPAC, even though it is a for-profit event. They sell all kinds of great stuff. This is really a great place to do your Christmas shopping. This best part of waking up is Donald Trump flag. There are shirts showing Joe Biden as Hitler and Donald Trump as the undefeated impeachment champ. And this guy wearing a Trump mask like a chin strap is selling products via MAGAHammocks.com. He sells Donald Trump-themed hammocks. This one goes for $1,500. There's a fake news hammock for the unusual price of $499.20, and this one says deplorable on it, also $499.20, all proudly made in El Salvador. You know, I was looking through the website. There's a frequently asked questions section. Here are the questions. How do I get in and out of a hammock? How to sit on a hammock chair, and can I use my hammock when it is wet? Yes, but when it's wet, why you be in rain? Who buys it? It's like they opened a Dollar Tree in a mental institution. Speaking of hammocks, guess who else showed up to CPAC?
There's no other country that has a dream. Have you thought about that? There's no
Right.
French dream or Canadian dream or Nigerian dream. There's only an American dream.
American dream.
And so, as someone who sleeps 14 hours a day, Dr. Carson knows a thing or two about dreams. Not only were philosophies exchanged at CPAC, not only were principles and values cemented and shared, there were a lot of laughs, too.
15,000 fans, 3 nights in Orlando. CPAC'd with laughs, featuring the funniest whites in the Republican Party.
Orlando is awesome. It's not as nice as Cancun,
The kings of conservative comedy.
but it's nice.
You won't want to miss the comedy event Fox News calls the most hilarious thing since Hillary collapsed on the sidewalk. No masks,
Apparently, the protocol has changed again.
no censorship,
Fauci me, Fauci you.
no discernible punchlines.
I hear President Biden saying, America's back. Back to what? So,
More than 2.5 hours of transphobic potato jokes.
Mr. Potato Head was America's first transgender doll, and even he got canceled.
Starring Kimberly Guilfoyle,
But Joe's leading from behind. From behind Kamala, that is. True story.
Fredo the Entertainer,
Speaking of bombing the Middle East, have you seen Liz Cheney's poll numbers?
and headliner Ted Cucaracha Cruz.
So you can sit at the table and there's no virus being transmitted. But if you stand up, put the mask on.
With a special guest appearance from Robert Kardashian's hologram, Border Wall Blake, and introducing Goldie.
A Republican president will make a triumphant return to the White House. And I wonder who will that be? I wonder. Melania?
The kings of conservative comedy. You'll GOP your pants.
In the immortal words of William Wallace, freedom!
All right. Goodbye, Ted. All right. Fun was had. On the other side of the political coin last night, the Golden Globes were on NBC, which the Golden Globes are the opposite of CPAC in every way, except for they don't have any black people on the board. That's what they have in common. Otherwise, they are very different. It was a virtual Golden Globes, and they had technical problems, but there were some highlights. 2 weeks ago, Jodie Foster was here on our show, and we talked about the fact that the Green Bay Packers quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, thanked her when he won the MVP award, and she had no idea that was going to happen. So I asked, will you thank Aaron Rodgers if you win the Golden Globe?
I love my wife. Thank you, Alex, and Ziggy, and Aaron Rodgers.
Then the answer was yes, he would. The most unexpected triumph of the night was when Tracy Morgan gave the award for Best Original Score to My Cousin Sal instead of the movie Soul.
And the Golden Globe goes to Sal.
Well, congratulations, Sal. It's about time you were recognized for your achievements in music. Today, by the way, today, in case you just woke up, is March 1st. March is here. Can you believe it's March, Guillermo?
Time goes fast.
Yeah, you know, you're not alone in disbelief. It's time for another montage of incredulous newscasters.
Can you believe that it's March? Guys, I woke up this morning and I was like, wow.
Can you believe it is March 1st already,
No.
Terry?
Can you believe it's March?
Whew.
Can you believe it's March 1st already?
March 1st today. Can you believe that?
March 1st, can you believe it?
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 Oh my gosh, hard to believe.
Hard to believe we are already into the month of March. Hard to believe we're already in March.
Hard to believe it's already 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 March.
Hard to believe it is March.
Hard to believe it's March.
Can you believe it's March?
Yeah.
You believe we're already at March?
Yeah, it's funny. I was getting ready this morning, and I'm like, I bet you it's March by now, right? So I looked at the calendar. I was like, yeah, there you go.
There you go. And who knows what's next? Could be April, you know? It's anyone's guess at this point. The end of February marks the end of Black History Month and the start of a new time of celebration.
Black History Month, a time of reflection and commemoration for all Americans, is coming to a close. To make way for White History Months, ring in Sean Hannity's favorite 11 months of the year, March through January, with an epic celebration of the Caucasian persuasion. We've got vape pens, ATVs, bright red razor burn, potatoes with nothing on them, Oakley sunglasses, Velveeta cheese, getting off with a warning, Jimmy Buffett, and truck nuts. You have a dream. No, I have a dream of seeing Three Doors Down, featuring Gina Carano in concert. So kick up your socks and sandals for the White History Month's kickoff spectacular, hosted by Paula Dean and a butter sculpture of Lou Holtz. White on.
All right, wait. You excited about that? You know, March is, you know what March is? You know what month March is?
No.
It's Women's History Month.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Wow, that's good.
April is Drunken Sidekick Month, so look forward to that.
All right.
Yeah. And I can think of no better way to kick off Women's History Month than with a Bachelor Women Tell All special, which aired tonight here on ABC. All the women who were rejected by this year's Bachelor got together for a long group therapy sesh led by noted psychiatrist Chris Harrison. For the most part, it was childish. It was a bunch of immature people yelling over each other. So we, as we've been known to do, gave it the toddler treatment, and I think you will agree that it makes a lot more sense like this.
The house actually did have some great women. Unfortunately, drama overshadowed it. Why are you lumping everyone together? You are friends of a lot of the girls who are the problem. You said bullying is such a strong word, and is the house really toxic? Okay, mean girl, what do you want to call it? The house was not toxic until you made it toxic. You came at Sarah harder than almost anybody. And I said that the next day you flipped the switch. Excuse me, I'm still speaking. Okay, go ahead. That's fake as hell. It's not. It's called learning. It's called growing, you bedwetter.
Such a fun age, it really is. Congratulations on making it to the end of a YouTube video. Why not celebrate by clicking the subscribe button? You earned it.